Hello everyone and welcome to episode 38 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel using Pride FC as it is the High Octane show. We have 3 more shows left in 2004 as what a card we have lined up here. Talk about an all-timer card as the male. It's a pretty small list, it's just extending some deals, and we signed Emelianenko as we're bringing him up from rings as he is 4-2, not bad at all. He was when we signed him, he was 1-2, so he's won 3 straight. He's beaten Gilbert Yvel, he's earning Murakami, and Coupe Castel, which have all been good to great fights. So I think that's gonna go well for him. As you can see, I was winning with that rear naked choke. We'll see what happens as for him. I think he's gonna do a lot better than probably what he did in actual Pride, but we'll see. As then Josh Burnett also left the Meltzer Fighting Systems after one fight. So, the card, as we advance to it, what a card it is. I mean, you have Dan Henderson, Chuck Liddell for the middleweight title, Ice Cold Igor, Fedor Emelianenko, Anderson Silva, Quentin Rampage Jackson, Dennis Hallman, Pat Miletich, Nate Marcotti, and Rich fucking Franklin. Those 5 fights alone, that's a hell of a card. Then you have Jeremy Horn and as I got Tsufunaki just to kind of have the opener. That's crazy. Just a crazy fucking card we have for this high octane show. And we'll talk about the prelims when we get there. And as far as this, Dan Anderson, Chuck the Iceman Liddell. Liddell's making his second defense of his Pride middleweight title. They fought once before at Pride 20 in the main event of Armed and Ready 2002. Dan Anderson won by decision as Liddell has finished all of his last 5 opponents. 2 of the best pound fighters in the world. Liddell is 4th, Henderson's 11th. This is the 5th time that Chuck Liddell's main event at a Pride event. This is the 4th for Dan Anderson. Liddell trains at the Pit, which Dan Anderson has an overall record of 0-1 against other members of that team. Henderson has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Close for the Blur Cat staff picks as it's 4-3 with Chuck Liddell with a slight advantage. Then on to the Gombang, as it's Ace Cold Igor taking on the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor has finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. Igor has finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. In the super heavyweights, they are both world ranked. Igor's 4th, Fedor's 10th. First time they have fought, Fedor's going to have a 9-inch reach advantage. And look at that. Blurcast stat pick 7-0 for Fedor. That's fucking crazy. Fedor, I mean, basically, he wins this fight. He's getting the title fight. And same thing for Igor too. I mean, Igor, he's had a couple of title fights, but this is really more of a number 1 contendership for Big Nog. As then Anderson the Spider Silva versus Quentin Rampage Jackson. As even though they're not really ranked as far as in the world, like it's the 20th and 21st, this feels like such a bigger fight. Obviously because of the name value there. As Quentin Rampage Jackson, he's finished 3 of his 5 opponents. The first time they have fought, Jackson is going to enjoy a significant weight advantage. And then Silva, 7-0 on the Blurcat stat picks. I mean, just thinking, Anderson Silva, he's, I think, 9-3. Quentin Rampage Jackson, I believe he's 8-1. No, he's 9-2. So still very similar records. And they're very, very early on in their careers, but it just seems like it's such a bigger fight than really what it is. But Anderson Silva with the 7-0 Blurcat stat picks, that's crazy. Superman does Hallman, the Croatian sensation Pat Miletich, as both fighters are world-ranked middleweights. Hallman's 8th, Miletich is 10th. Miletich trains at fighting Meltzer Fighting Systems, of course, which Hallman has an overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. For the first time they have fought, Pat Miletich is going to have a 7-8 reach advantage, but the betting odds still have Dennis Hallman as the huge margin favorite, as that's 7-0 for Dennis Hallman by the Blur Cat stat picks. So Nate the Great Marcotte taking on Rich Ace Franklin. Both fighters are world ranked light heavyweights. Nate Marcotte is 11th. Rich Franklin's 24th. Marcotte has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. It's the first time they have fought. The betting lines have Nate Marcotte as a big favorite, as well as 7-0 for Nate Marcotte. Rich Franklin, though, he's going to give it his all, goddammit. And then Jeremy Gumby Horn taking on Masakatsu Funaki. Jeremy Horn's 8th in the middleweight division in Pride, which Funaki's 18th. This is the first time they have fought, and the betting lines have Jeremy Horn as a big favorite as well. 7-0 for Jeremy Horn. As the prelims is Gary Big Daddy Goodrich versus Vulcan. I mean, top world ranked super heavyweights. 22 for Vulcan, 25th for Gary Goodrich. Both ever won a fight in a hot-ass minute, both in September 2001 for Gary Goodrich, September 2002 for Vulcan. Gary Goodrich, God bless him. He loses a lot, but he's put on hell of a fights. I mean, look at that fucking, from April of 2000, it's either been a good to great fight. And he's on a 3-fight losing streak right now, which he's lost to Josh Barnett, Fedor Emelianenko, and Mirko Krokop. His last win was against Tom Erickson. He's beaten Mark Kerr. He's beaten Trey Tellingman, but he's taken on some big fucking names. You know, when you lose to Ice Cold Igor, when you lose to Heath Herring, and Josh Barnett and Fedor Emelianenko, and Mirko Krokop, those are some bad motherfuckers. As he's kind of got someone now kind of within his limit, as you see there, the betting lines have him as a big favorite. And he's got the 6-hit reach advantage. I think this is going to be time for Gary Goodrich to get his win. As the next prelim, it's Dario Matsui and Chris the Crippler Lieben. Chris Lieben called him out while he was on his fucking hiatus. He came back, and now they're going to fight. Matsui, he hasn't won since July 2002, but he's also hasn't had a fight since then. I mean, he's taken 2 years off. Now he's back. He's going to take on Chris Lieben. Chris Lieben's a fucking killer and a half. Finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. It's the first time they have fought, of course, because, I mean, Chris Lieben just now joined Pride FC this year. Back in July, he knocked out Rodrigo Gracie. Now he gets to take on Dario Matsui. 7-6-2, 4-1. Boxing, jiu-jitsu, catch wrestling background, plus 100, minus 130. 31 years old, 24 years old, 5'11", 205, 5'9", 205. Yokohama, Japan. Portland, Oregon. I think this is, it's kind of close on the betting lines, minus 130, plus 100. I don't think it's that close, but we'll see. For Yugi Shimada, our judges. Here we go. They don't touch gloves at the start. As a jab hits him from Lee, and then he hits Matsui with a straight left. Circling, Matsui clearly once they get close enough to grapple is worried about getting hit. As Lee connects with a nice jab, then lands a left cross, it lands hard. He can't connect with a step strike, so he scores a left cross. As Lieben steps in, closes down Matsui, looking to unleash some strikes. He can't hit the jab, but he hits a beautiful left uppercut, and he knocks him down with it. Since it's victory, he starts to unload with punches, and he's getting blasted with shots, massive lefts, as referee Shimada has to leap in and stop the fight. You're winner by TKO, Chris the Crippler Lieben, as 5-1 now for Chris Lieben, 7-2 for Dario Matsui. As Chris Lieben thanks his sponsors, all the fans. He asks who he wants to fight next, and he says that he demands a fight with Mark Hughes. Alright, we can set that up. As the last prelim fight, Scary Big Daddy Goodrich taking on Vulcan for in the Pride Heavyweight Division, 12-4, 17-13-1, a 43-year-old Vulcan, a 30-year-old Gary Big Daddy Goodrich, minus 430, plus 340, the freer style, and the Sambo style for Vulcan. As Hammer House, no team for Vulcan. Iwan Takawa is our referee. It's our judges. Opening bell, they touch gloves. As he can't connect with a jab, but he hits Vulcan with a beautiful straight right. There's a nice straight right hand that lands hard. There's a right hook. He can't hit the sit-up shots, but he's hitting the power shots. Vulcan hits 2 jabs, but they have no power behind him at all. As Gary Goodrich lands a left hand that hits a nice straight right hand that lands hard. There's a crunching straight right to the jaw, and he knocks him down with that shot. As Goodrich quickly pounces, looking to rain down a bunch on the stunned Vulcan, and he fires away, and Vulcan is eating powerful shot after powerful shot. And he's got to jump in and save Vulcan if they get more shots. Another TKO win, and another minute and some change. As Gary Big Daddy Goodrich gets the win, 13-14 now, 17-14-1 for Vulcan. As giving thanks, Gary Goodrich praises his team at Hammer House, his various sponsors, the fans came to support him. As he physically grabs the microphone, calls out Tom Erickson. As he wants the big cat, as he's saying that he'll destroy him. I think that'll be a trilogy fight, weirdly enough. As Jeremy Gumby Horn taking on Tsufunaki, 42-9-4, 44-17-1. That's kind of crazy. The records are highly similar, as they have 6 years on each other. As Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Imori, Japan, 6 foot, 205, 6'1", 205. Meltzer Trading Systems, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style, Jeremy Horn. No team and catch wrestling style, obviously, for Tsufunaki. Betting lines is plus 430, minus 550. See for that, it's another minute and some change in there of this fight as Juan Takawa stays out there for the referees this next bout. There's the bell. They don't touch gloves as there's some heat from the crowd. Jimmy Horn playing the heel. As he lands a left jab, but he doesn't hit the body kick follow-up. As he connects with a nice jab and hits a nice straight right. Connects with a jab, Tsufunaki evades the big right punch. This scores a weak flickered left hand jab. And he can't connect with a jab and catches Tsufunaki with a low kick to the front leg. As he lands a left jab, but Tsufunaki avoids the big right. As shoulders hunch, Horn studies his opponent looking for an opportunity. As he lands a left hand and hits Tsufunaki with the beauty of a straight right. And he's on the rubbly legs now as Tsufunaki. As that last shot may have rattled him. As he's staggering backwards up against the ropes, trying to cover up, trying to buy some time. As a short knee strike from Horn doesn't find home. As Tsufunaki circles back to the center, having gotten the time he needed to regain his wit somewhat. As Tsufunaki wants to grab, he's clearly aware of his opponent striking. As he lands a left jab, but he misses the vicious left hand. As he fails to find home a jab, he scores with a leg kick. Tsufunaki warily circling and looking for an opening. He needs to initiate some grappling. As he two jabs hit home from Jeremy Horn, then he scores a fantastic right cross. They knocks him down with that one. Tsufunaki falls down. He senses victory. He starts unloading with punches. And there's some fucking sickening heavy shots to the face now. This fucking referee's got to pull Jeremy Horn off from stopping the fight right there. Another TKO win as Jeremy Horn 43-9-4. Matsugatsu Tsufunaki 44-18-1. It was rated good as well. As Jeremy Horn thanks everyone connected to Meltzer Fighting Systems for helping him prepare for this fight. Then the sponsors for supporting him financially. As our next fight, it's Nate the Great Marcotti taking on Rich Ace Franklin. 13-4, 11-1, 25 years old, 6'1", 205, 29 years old, 6'1", 205, Denver, Colorado, Cincinnati, Ohio, mixed martial arts, and the kickboxing wrestling style of Rich Ace Franklin. AMC Penguin, no team for Rich Franklin, minus 420, plus 230. I think it's going to be a lot closer than that. We'll see. As Mario Yamasaki's our referee, our judges. Fight begins. Jab hits home from Franklin. He catches Marcotti with a body kick. As Franklin moves in closer, ready to attack. Marcotti uses the right jab while backing away. As he doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination thing and a high left head kick. Franklin misses all the strikes of the combo, that ended with a body kick. As then Marcotti takes a chance, grabs Franklin into a clinch. There's a nice knee strike in the stomach. To the side of the stomach, rather, Rich Franklin, as he's trying to muscle Franklin up against the ropes. He does so, now he's pinned him to the ropes. Looking to go down low and grab both legs. He does so. Rich Franklin pulls half guard. Looking to catch his breath, Marcotti's content just throw a couple punches to the body. Blocks Franklin as he tries to sweep from the half guard. He's trying to get out of half guard into a better position. As he was ready for it, was Rich Franklin. Oh, there's a scramble. Scramble sees Marcotti up first. He's quick to wrestle Franklin up against the ropes. As he's trapped against the ropes, and he takes a sharp stomp to the foot. As again, he's looking to go low and take out both legs. He does so again. 2 for 2 on takedowns, Nate Marcotti. As he again is in half guard, is Rich Franklin. As he does a few strikes, was clearly slowing things down and catches breath. Gets some separation, tries to scramble again, but Marcotti's too quick. And he grabs side control before Franklin can get up. Inside control, Marcotti does a couple of punches designed to keep Franklin guessing. As Marcotti blocks Franklin as he tries to transition the guard. Now halfway into the first round, as Marcotti punches down on Franklin, easily taking on the gloves. He tries to pull on the guard. He's trying to pull guard on Marcotti, but he doesn't get in with the attempt. There's a knee strike to the ribs. As now he's catching his breath, just throw a couple of punches designed to keep him guessing. As Franklin tries to move the guard, but Marcotti doesn't allow it. Marcotti throws a few strikes, but clearly showing things out and catches his breath. There's a knee strike to the under side control in the ribs. There's a lengthy period of stalemate, results in the referee standing them both back up. 2 fighters engage with strikes, but neither can land a significant shot. They come together and strike. Franklin dodges a right hand and he counterattacks with a spinning kick to the body. There, Franklin initiates exchange of strikes. He hits 2 counter left hands, a 1-2 from Franklin. Fails to land. They come forward and engage. Is it stalemate as both fighters throw strikes but fail to land anything? There's a missing with a spinning kick to Franklin, showing his good guard by absorbing a 3-punch flurry with Franklin. They meet in the center. As Franklin hits a right jab, he fails to find a land of the body kick as he lands 2 jabs, but his right hand gets taken on the gloves as Marcotti. Minute left in the first round. They engage. There's a burst of strikes, but neither fighter gets caught. As Franklin lets 2 punches sail past his head, movement proving far too good for Nate Marcotti. As Franklin throws 2 wayward punches as he set up for the low kick, but Marcotti sees it come and checks it with ease. Standing straight in the center of the ring, but neither fighter can land a good shot. That's the end of the first round. Fight metrics have Marcotti winning the fight. I think, again, I gotta agree with him there. So Rich Franklin, I think he can knock him out still. I think he still has that type of power to knock him out with 1 shot. We'll see, though. It's still very much Nate Marcotte's fight to win. There's some boos in the crowd, as that didn't feature much action. Last round, round 2 begins. The quick exchange strikes does not produce any damage. Franklin comes forward looking to force exchange strikes. There's Marcotte hits a counter left hand. 1-2 from Franklin fails to land. They come together and strike. Successful feint leaves Franklin vulnerable as he finds a good angle. Lands a nice 1-2. Lands a quick punch that's where Franklin rights to the body. Taking a few gulps of breath. Franklin's giving a first hint that they're starting to tire a touch. Franklin hits a right hand, but Marcotte avoids the kick to the body. That's the setup. Exchange strikes happen right in the center of the ring, but neither fighter lands anything good. Franklin comes forward, walking down Marcotte. There's a jab in exchange as he connects with the jab, but Marcotte avoids the big left. As it looks like he wants to shoot in, does make Nate Marcotte, but he's Warrior getting hit on the way in, as it doesn't trouble his opponent with a combination thing with a high left head kick. As Marcotte takes a chance, shoots in on Franklin, almost stops the takedown, but it's left topping on one leg while Marcotte holds the other one. So not able to complete the takedown. Marcotte is still pushing Franklin up against the ropes. Halfway point now in the second round. He's got him stuck up against the ropes. Now he's looking for a leg trip. He gets it. Outside leg trip. He's superb one at that. So he takes the back off the takedown. He's got both hooks in now. He's in big trouble with Franklin. He's trying to pound on Franklin, but none of the blows land within a degree per hour. He's trying to break free of the hooks, but it doesn't allow it. Looking for the rear naked choke. It doesn't allow the rear naked choke. And he can't get himself free of the hooks. Looking for the rear naked choke. One more time. He gets it. It's in deep. And Rich Franklin has to tap out. Nate Marcotte wins by submission, as that is 14-4 for Nate Marcotte, 11-2 for Rich Ace Franklin. It's rated decent. We'll take it. I'll take a decent fight. Thanks everyone connected to AMC Pankrington for having him for this fight. The sponsor supporting financially. He praised Rich Franklin for the tough fight. It's now on to the Superman Dennis Hallman taking on the Croatian sensation Pat Miletić as 27-7-2, 26-5. Dennis Hallman's 5'9", 183, 5'10", 183. As Yelm, Washington, Bendorf, Iowa. As 36 years old Pat Miletić, 20 years old Dennis Hallman. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing. It's the Pit Miletić fighting system. Plus 420, minus 530. Mario Masaki's our referee. Our judges. Fight begins. They touch gloves. They engage with strikes, but neither can land a significant shot. Exchange of strikes happens right in the center of the ring, but neither fighter lands anything good. They come together and strike. Scores a little jab. Does Dennis Hallman, he doesn't connect with the right. The Meltzer hits a two-punch combination, a quick left to straight right. Engage. As Hallman dodges his right hand and counterattacks with a jab and a head kick to attempt that doesn't connect. As he forces exchange of strikes, Meltzer scores two counter jabs. He lands a left jab and finds nothing but air on the big right. They move in and engage. He misses the big right hand, allowing Hallman to counterattack with a left jab and a leg kick that misses. Meltzer steps forward, looking to strike, scores two counter jabs against Hallman. As Meltzer cannot intercept left jab, he catches Hallman with the right hook. As the fighters go toe-to-toe with strikes, but the flurry ends without any really damaging shots landing. They step forward, looking to strike this Meltzer. Hallman hits the counter left hand. As Meltzer throws a quick two-punch combos, but doesn't hit either of them. As the two come together and strike, scores with a jab and has his right hand absorbed on gloves. Scores with a jab, but fails on a hook attempt to the body. Uses the left jab, but his big right hand follows up, misses. Without taking too much damage, Dennis Hallman is able to clinch with Meltzer. He's using his wrestling skills. Dennis Hallman is trying to push Meltzer up against the ropes. Hallman manages it and controls Meltzer up against the ropes. As he drops down and wraps his arms around his opponent's legs, looking to try and take him down. Takedown's complete. Dennis Hallman gets side control from him. Looking for an arm bar. Meltzer defends himself well. Is in no danger. Blocks the attempted guard. Throws a few hands to the body. Throws some small strikes, but it's clear it's just taking a moment to catch his breath. Tries to transition the guard, but he can't manage it. Looking for a Kimura. He gets the Kimura. Meltzer has no choice but to tap out. Dennis Hallman wins by submission, 27-5, 27-8-2 for Pat Miletić there. As Dennis fucking Hallman, what a tear. As thanks everyone connected to the Pit for having given her this fight, and the sponsor supporting him financially. Dennis Hallman says it's a tough fight, gives a show of respect to Pat Miletić. As then Anderson, the Spider, Silva taking on Quentin Rampage Jackson as 9-3, 9-2, Muay Thai style, wrestling boxing style, shoot the box, team punishment, minus 350, plus 270. Anderson Silva has the advantage as it's Imani Tikawa will be our referee. Judges, although they're rated about the same, it's noticeable that Jackson looks a lot heavier now than his opponent. One begins. There's a noticeable lack of usual touching of the gloves to begin with. Two fighters stand and trade strikes. Neither lands significant blow. Quick exchange strikes does not produce any damage. Stepping in, Jackson looks to unleash. Both fighters strike, but nobody manages to land anything. Jackson tries to hook a right hook, but he misses it. As a Silva fails on a leg kick attempt, Jackson moves into strike, scores a jab, but can't hit the right cross. Steps in, watched all the way by Silva, as he misses the right hook and gets kind of countered with a quick left hook. They stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or safely dealt with. Silva lets Jackson step in and engage. Silva dodges the right hand, counterattacks with a left jab and a left to the body. Stepping in, Jackson looks to unleash. He misses the right hook, leaves him wide open to be countered with a quick left jab and a left kick to the body. Steps in looking to strike. He misses. A right cross leaves him wide open for the counter. Silva comes in with a nice right hook. Talks a little trash. Lets Jackson step in and engage. Scores with one punch out of a sudden flurry, but only finds gloves with the right hand. Jackson nails the right cross. As Silva goes southpaw, he steps in ready to counter. As he misses the right hook, leaves himself open to be countered with a quick jab and a spin kick to the ribs. Comes in looking to strike. Hits a left cross. It's off target with the jab. Scores with a spin kick to the ribs. He comes in and engages. Brief exchange strikes, passes without fighters landing anything. As Silva shows a superb guard by absorbing a two-punch flurry. As he misses a jab, also comes up short on a body kick. They stand and trade in the center of the ring, but neither fighter can land a good shot. Running his mouth, Silva trash talks his opponent. As we are now halfway point in the round, Jackson moves into strike. He misses the right cross, leaves him open for the counter. Silva attacks the right kick to the body. Silva lets Jackson step in ready to counter. As there's a burst of strikes, but neither fighter gets got. Jackson has the right hand blocked, misses the right out kick to the body. Jackson moves into strike, dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a right jab and a right kick to the body. As he lets Jackson step in ready to counter, misses the right hook and gets countered with a jab and a right hook to the ribs. Silva lets Jackson step in and engage. As he misses the right cross, leaves him open for the counter. Silva attacks the jab and a spin kick to the body. Silva lets Jackson step in and engage. He misses the big right hand, allowing Silva to counter with a few quick jabs that are followed by inaccurate spinning kick. He stands ready to Henderson Silva as Jackson moves in. As he misses the right cross, it leaves him over for the counter. As Silva attacks with a quick right jab, but left cross that just misses. Stepping in, Jackson looks to engage. He misses the right hook and gets countered with a right jab and a right kick to the body. Taking a few gulps of breath, Silva is giving the first hint that he's starting to tire a touch. Stepping in, Jackson looks to engage. He misses the right hook, and he gets countered with a solid left hand. The exchange strikes at relatively close range, but nothing really lands. Exchange strikes happens right in the center of the ring, but neither fighter lands anything good. Silva steps in as he lets Jackson step in and engage, as he slips right past the right hook and counters with the right jab and left hand. Minute left to the first round. Silva lets Jackson step in and engage. He doesn't connect with the left jab, but hits a right cross. Silva hits the right hook to the body. Jackson moves in to strike. He misses the right cross, leaves him wide open for the counter. Silva comes in with a jab and a body kick that fails to land. Moving forward, Jackson looks into the strike. Silva stands ready. Brief strike exchange passes without either fighter landing anything. Jackson finds his right cross blocked. It gets past the great guard of Jackson. Two punches were simply absorbed. As Jackson comes in looking to strike, Silva slips past the right hook and counters with a right jab and a left cross. That's the end of first round. Man, Anderson Silva putting on a display of counter offense, the likes that we've never seen. So that's 9. As he's definitely won that round. We'll see if Quentin Ray Jackson can somehow get past that fucking guard of his. I mean, just the counter offense is unbelievable. Nothing much happened in that round. Hopefully the fighters will pick up the pace when we restart. Final round, comes in looking to strike. Doesn't find the mark on the right hook as Silva has a leg kick easily checked. Moving forward, Jackson looks to strike. Silva stands ready. Slips past the right hook, counters with the right hand. Still moving well, but he's definitely breathing a little deeper now as Quentin Rampage Jackson. His two fighters come together and strike, but it's really tentative. Nothing comes of it. Silva stands ready as Jackson moves in, dodges the right hand, and counterattacks with a solid right hand. Moving forward, Jackson looks to strike. Silva stands ready. Quentin Rampage Jackson lands a nice right hook. They stand and trade, but all the shots are either off target or safely dealt with. Moving forward, Jackson looks to strike. Silva stands ready. Jackson scores a great right hook. That last punch hurt. Silva grins in response, but I don't think he's fooling anyone there. Halfway point in the second round. The two fighters engage or shake, neither anything significant as Silva stumbles away into a clinch. He looks shattered. As he looking to scoop his opponent up for a slam, he does so. As he lifts him up and plants him down, Jackson ends up in that side control of the slam. Pounds away, but Silva is drugged by the strikes. He prepares to launch a knee strike to the ribs from side control. As Silva was waiting, though, as he uses that fact that Jackson is momentarily off balance and tries to scramble for a position. The scramble results in Jackson being on his back, pulling half guard. 60 seconds now. Silva slowing things down, clearly slowing things down as he's trying to catch his breath. Looking to catch his breath, Silva continues just a couple inches to the body, looking to get underhooks now as Jackson looking to scramble. Silva's too quick, grabs side control before Jackson gets up, and that's the end of the round. Jackson might have won that round had he not lost his position on top, but I think it's still close. I mean, it's 10-8 on punches. Quentin does have the slam takedown. I think I'm going to give it still unanimous decision for Henderson Silva, though. Oh, we have someone in favor of Jackson, someone in favor of Silva, and that guy calls it a draw. We have a split draw. Wow. That was wild. Did not see the split draw coming. I figured Jackson had won maybe that second round, but still, I didn't think it was enough. I think you look at the fight metrics as a whole, it's clearly Anderson Silva. Though, I say that, really that second round, he rocked him with that shot, he had the big takedown, he did do more damage, so technically, he did win that round. Guess we're okay with it. That was wild. 9-3-1, 9-2-1 for Quentin Rampage Jackson and Anderson Silva now. It's Ice Cold Igor taking on the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. 8-0 for the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. 46-6-1 no contest. Plus 250, minus 300. Fucking Fedor here. He can be 9-0 and they'll take on Big Nog to see if he can be 10-0 in the heavyweight champion of the world. Referee Yugi Shimada for this co-main event. We are underway. There's noticeable lack of usual touching of the gloves as we begin. Fedor shoots in hard and fast for the takedown. He gets the single leg. Igor's got to pull guard. As he's trying to pass, get better position. He struggles, but he can't find a way past and remains stuck in guard. He tries to catch Fedor with a punch, but it's off target. As in guard, Fedor begins working the pass. Side control, he passes the half guard. Now he's trying to get his leg free of half guard. As he advances with ease, now he's in mount. Looking for an armbar. He gets the armbar. Fucking took not even 3 minutes. And he gets the win by fucking armbar. 244. 9-0. I guess he has punched his ticket to take on Big Nog there. Skipping things, Fedor Emelianenko praises his team, Red Devil Sport, is very responsive to his fans who came to support him. He talks about tapping Igor out and says he's very happy with his submission technique. Now main event time for the middleweight title. 13-3, 16-3, Greco-Roman Wrestling, Hawaiian Kimbo, the Pit, Team Quest, plus 150, minus 150. Both 34 years old. Both weighed in at 205, 6'6'2", both from California, one from Apple Valley, one from St. Louis, California. So we shall see how this one goes. It's the prime middleweight titles on the line. Iwan Takawa is our referee, our judges. Although they weighed in noticeably the same, Liddell looks a lot heavier now. We are underway. And Henderson comes forward, willing to take a few shots as long as it gets close enough to wrestle. As he fails to find anything with the strikes in, and a combo that ended with a slithering low kick. As Henderson gets a hold of Liddell, he's trying to push Liddell so his back is against the ropes. He doesn't know he's pinned him to the ropes. As he's got underhooks in, he's looking to get a takedown. He gets the takedown. As he gets the trip, Liddell's left on his back and has to pull that guard as he pounds away, but is unable to land any clean shots on Liddell. He blocks Liddell, he tries to get enough separation. Scramble, he fires off some rights, but Liddell is in trouble with him. As he gets some separation, he tries to scramble for position. It's a bad choice, so as Henderson sees the opportunity, he leaps forward and secures side control. As he throws a few weak-looking punches, he decides on his next move. Fires away with punches, but Liddell deals with them fairly well. Henderson blocks Liddell as he tries to transition to guard. Henderson throws a few rights, but he's mainly trying to catch his breath. He pounds away, but Liddell calmly deals with them. So Liddell tries to transition to guard, but he can't manage it. As Henderson fires off some rights, but Liddell is in trouble with him. So he blocks Liddell, so he tries to transition to guard. Inside control, Henderson throws a couple of punches designed to keep Liddell guessing. So he tries to move to guard, but Henderson doesn't allow it. As Henderson pounds away with rights, which fails to land anything significant. As Liddell tries to pull guard on Henderson, but doesn't get any with the attempt. He fires off some rights, but Liddell's in trouble with them. Blocks the attempt to pull guard. Stalemate period now, lengthy stalemate period, as it results in the referee standing them both back up. As Liddell looks confident, shortening the range, looks to strike. As he fails to find home his jab, but then hits Henderson with a straight right. His standing straight blows neither can land anything damaging, as he lets Henderson step in and engage. He misses the right hook, leaves him wide on, be countered with a quick left jab and a lift to the body. As he steps in, watched all the way by Liddell. Counterattacks with the right hand with a quick left jab and a right hook. He stands ready as Henderson moves in. He counterattacks with the right hand and a quick left hook. As he fails to find home his jab, but he scores with a right cross that landed hard. as they stand and trade blows, neither can anything damaging. As he force exchange strikes, Henderson throws a counter jab and he misses. As he lands a left jab and then he lands a right hand. As he jab is wide from Liddell and catches Henderson with a crunching right hook, and he is wobbly off that one. He's almost fell over as he attempted to back off. As groggy as he may be, Henderson has the sense to throw himself forward in a desperation attempt as Liddell moves in for the kill. As he gets over the leg, but Liddell remains standing hopping on the other foot. With him not going down, Henderson settles for pushing him up against the ropes. Final minute now in the first round as he's looking for a takedown. He gets the takedown. Liddell can't be stopped. He's lifted up and slammed with a Greco-Roman slam. He takes the back off the takedown. He tried to get both hooks in, but Liddell blocks. He tries to turn over the sweep, but Henderson blocks it. As now he's unloading with right hands, and Liddell's getting rocked. And that's the end of the first round. What a fucking round by Dan Henderson. To come back, to rock him with that one. I think he won that round. It was, obviously, once the kind of wobbly legs happened, it looked like it was going to be a round win for Chuck Liddell. But the strikes happened. They're 1-1 as far as, rocks and whatnot. I'm going to go with Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson winning the first round. Chuck Liddell's going to do a lot of work to win that second round over. As it's the final round, we're underway. He comes forward and the two start trading blows. Henderson hits two left hands off the counter. Throws a quick 1-2, but doesn't hit either of them. Steps in. Henderson looking to unleash. As he hits a left jab, but also a good right hand. Liddell connects clean with a right hand. Taking a few gulps of breath. Liddell's giving his first hint that he's starting to tire a touch. Step again, Henderson looks to engage. As Liddell slips past the right hook and counters with a good right hand. Misses all the strikes in the combo that ends with a low kick to the legs. Henderson gets all of Liddell, not having to have even taken one shot while coming in. Henderson's looking to muscle Liddell backwards up against hips. He can't manage it, and Liddell fought it. Liddell wrestles himself into a dominant position in the grapple, looking to try to take this fight to the ground. Liddell tries to pull Henderson down on the ground. The attempt is successful. Henderson is sucked down into his guard. As now he's on the bottom, trying to get an arm. As Henderson fends off. Liddell doesn't give up the arm. Halfway point in the second round, he throws some minor strikes, begins trying to pass the guard. The pass attempt results in a scramble position as Liddell tries to get back up. Scramble leaves Liddell on his back, pulling half guard. Henderson fires off a few punches as he catches his breath. And half guard Henderson begins working to get side control. He passes but loses control momentarily. Scramble begins. A minute left in the second round. He manages to come out on top with Liddell pulling guard. Throws a few relatively weak-looking right hands. Henderson blocks Liddell, who appear to be trying to use an underhook as a way to shifting to a better position. Henderson fires away with rights, but does little in the way of actual damage. Liddell tries to push Henderson away, but he can't. That's the end of the second round, into the fight. Looking at the fight metrics again, all Dan Henderson. I believe we're going to have a new Pride Middleweight champion in Dan Endo Henderson. We'll see if the judges agree. Yep. Your winner, by unanimous decision, and new Pride Middleweight champion, Dan Endo Henderson. 14-3 now. Chuck Liddell, 16-4. So, wow. What a main event. As Dan Henderson gives a name check there at Team Quest, all of his various sponsors, friends, family, supporters, as he celebrates his middleweight title win, as he calls it one of the greatest moments of his career. Just like that. What a hell of a card. As the critical rating of 70. We made $5 million off the gate. As it was rated good for the main event, the great co-main event. The poor split draw. Other than that, hell of a fucking card. I mean, unbelievable stuff. So happy with that one. So we increased our pot basically everywhere that we can. Hell yeah, as we allow multiple. No, we can't. We don't want to do that. But Fedor and Igor definitely fight of the night for sure. And Neymar copped the submission of the night, and then Jeremy Horn with the knockout of the night. Hell yeah, actually made $7 million. Hell yeah, as that will do it for this episode 37. High Octane. We have a new Pride Middleweight champion, and Dan Endo Henderson. What a fucking card. That was unbelievable. As now, hopefully, Fedor, he can step right in next month. I mean, it's set for next month, but hopefully we can have him take on Big Nog. If not, it's going to be at Shockwave, or maybe later on down the line, as in 2005. But we have that lined up. I mean, basically, Dennis Hallman's going to take on either, probably, obviously Matt Hughes, definitely at Shockwave. As we could see, we have a lot of fucking shit lined up. As I just went ahead and basically lined up till July stuff for 2005. But yeah, we're gonna have Matt Hughes, Carlos Newton at the Shockwave card. Then whoever wins that's gonna take on Dennis Hallman. Jerome Lane Banner, Bob Sapp, Mikro Kokop, and Hideko Yoshida, John Fitch, Tetsuji Kato, and Alexander Duke, and Minoru Suzuki is going to open up the card. But hopefully, we'll look at the absences, see where Fedor's at. 13 days, looks like he can do it off a short turnaround. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be a week, but we can hope so. We can hope he can take that fight. If not, we're fucked. We can at least try to push the fight to November of week 4. I don't know, though. It's going to be tough. It's going to be close. Just right now, see who he can take on if he could. We could throw him, Pete Williams again. They just had a fight in February, but he did beat Josh Barnett, so wouldn't be the worst idea that Pete Williams take him on again if we can have that. Sergey would be a bit of a step up. Too much of a step up, I think, for Sergey, but still. Basically, he's going to have a great main event with either Sergey or Pete Williams. I think we're going to have Pete Williams face him again. That's where we're at. As far as the middleweight division goes, man, it's interesting. It's interesting for sure, because really, with Dan Henderson, I think he needs to take on Vanderlei. I think Vanderlei deserves a rematch. He's beaten him before at Championship Chaos 2. It was a unanimous decision fight. Because I believe, if we look at the rankings, we have Dan Henderson second. So yeah, I mean, technically, Vanderlei Silva is the next man in charge. He's the next man in line for sure. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Because Alex Stiebling and Frank Shamrock, I think we're gonna have those guys fight. I think that's the play. No, they did fight at Shockwave 2003, so maybe not. Frank Shamrock won there, as it's tough. It's tough for sure. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Vanderlei Silva, Dan Anderson, and Shockwave. Sounds like a winner to me. I don't know. If as long as Dan Anderson can do it, though, is also the question. 41 days, it'll be close. It'll be close, but man, I really hope Fedor can do it. If not, it's gonna be Pete Williams. Fingers fucking crossed. So that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. We'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.